Hello students, welcome to Spectra Education Academy. In this video, I am going to explain how to write comparative equations of rotational kinematics. So before we go to that, in the previous session, we had the definitions of angular velocity. We had angular displacement. Even we have got angular acceleration. So now let us continue how to write equations, comparative equations, comparative equations, equations of rotational kinematics. So first, let us form a table. On left side, you try to write the equations in translatory motion. So left side, it is write equations in translatory motion. So these equations we got in motion in straight line. The first one is V is equal to U plus AT. How to write the same in circular motion? So this is final velocity, let us call final angular velocity. This is initial linear velocity, now initial angular velocity. Acceleration is to be replaced with alpha, it is angular acceleration. So alpha is angular acceleration. Now let us try to write the second equation in translatory motion. It is S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now, so here we got that this is linear displacement is replaced with angular displacement. So therefore theta, even theta can also be written as 2 pi into n. So n number of rotations, each rotation describes an angle equal to 2 pi radians. U is initial velocity. Now here initial angular velocity with the t plus half. In place of a, let us write alpha, that is angular acceleration. Now, so this is second equation. This is the first equation. Now we have also got the third equation. V square minus U square equal to 2as. So V is velocity. Now here you are calling it as angular velocity omega. Now third equation is going to be omega 2 square, final angular velocity, minus initial angular velocity, omega 2 square minus omega 1 square, 2 alpha. So S is displacement is to be replaced with angular displacement theta. Now fourth one. Sn is equal to U plus A of n minus half. So Sn is the displacement. Now here we have to replace with theta is equal to initial angular velocity has to be written as initial angular velocity. Acceleration is to be written as alpha n minus half. Now average velocity. So average velocity is equal to S by T, total distance by total time. It is V plus U by 2. Now how we can write here is average angular velocity. So it is to be theta by T. So how do we write it as omega 2 plus omega 1 by 2. When a body is in non-uniform circular motion, it also possesses centripetal centripetal acceleration along with tangential and angular acceleration. So you can say center seeking acceleration always acts towards the center. Center seeking acceleration is centripetal acceleration. Let us try to derive the equation for centripetal acceleration. Assume that particle moving in a non-uniform circular motion. So you can take in the vertical plane or in the horizontal plane. Suppose whenever particle is at any instant, at any point, it is at any point, at any instant. So this is the direction of velocity at that instant. When particle comes to here, this will be the direction of velocity. When particle comes here, this is the direction of velocity. So when particle comes here, this might be the direction of velocity. So there is always constant change in the direction of velocity. So due to which it possesses tangential acceleration. So the direction of velocity and tangential acceleration same. Now, so wherever particle might be in circular motion, so this is center, always centripetal acceleration is towards the center of the circle. So when particle comes here, so centripetal acceleration will be like this, AC. Now when particle is here, centripetal acceleration will be towards the center. This is center. So this is the way you can understand when particle moving in the horizontal circular motion. Suppose if you discuss in the vertical circular motion, when particle is here, this is the direction of velocity and tangential acceleration. When particle comes here, this will be the tangential acceleration. So at this position, centripetal acceleration is towards the center. When particle comes here, this is the tangential acceleration. When particle is here, this will be the tangential acceleration. So always centripetal acceleration towards the center. Yes. So therefore, centripetal acceleration is towards the center and it is perpendicular to always centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration is perpendicular to tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration during uniform circular motion. So there is another name for centripetal acceleration. The other name is radial acceleration. Then let us try to have the equation for centripetal acceleration. Assume that once again particle moving in the circular path. Assume there is a center. When particle is here, this is radius r1. When particle moves here, this will be the radius. The radius remains constant. So this is the displacement. So you can say this is delta r. Now when particle is here, this is the direction of velocity. When particle comes here, this is the direction of velocity. V1, this is going to be V2. So if you join these two, this is going to be delta V. Now, so let us try to construct the triangle by drawing the sides parallel. So let us say this is R2, this one is R1, This is R1, this is R2, this is delta R, this is theta. Similarly, this is going to be V1, and in this direction you can expect V2. So therefore this will be delta V. Now this is going to be theta. So theta is same in both the cases. So theta 1 is equal to theta 2. So they say this is theta 1, say this is theta 2. Next, so theta 1, here delta R by, instead of R1, because radius is same during the circular motion, R is equal to, so delta V by V1 equal to V2, in magnitude V1 equal to V2. So it is V. So therefore what we can write is delta V is equal to V into delta R by R. Suppose if delta tends to 0, so this can be replaced with dV is equal to V into dr by R. Now, since body possesses acceleration, centripetal acceleration every time, so therefore acceleration is equal to dV by dt. Now dV is V into dr by R with dt. So dr by dt is once again velocity, so it will be V square by R. So dr by dt is velocity. Now, so this is the expression of centripetal acceleration, V square by R. Even this can also be written as, so once you get back the relation between velocity and angular velocity, so it is R omega by, okay, you can continue with even capital also, no problem. So therefore, otherwise you continue, this is small r omega, this is omega, so R square omega square by R, so it will be R omega square. Now remember, wherever might be the particle, always centripetal acceleration is perpendicular to tangential acceleration. Then angle between them is theta is equal to 90. Now we can write the net acceleration. So net acceleration is equal to, so net acceleration is equal to, making use of once again parallelogram law, a square is tangential acceleration, b square is centripetal acceleration, 2at AC cos theta. Since AC and AT are at 90, so therefore this term does not exist. So therefore net acceleration is AT square plus AC square. This can also be written as relation between tangential acceleration and angular acceleration is R alpha whole square plus AC is V square by R whole square. Then the last point is, in uniform circular motion, angular velocity, then angular acceleration, angular momentum, remains constant, whereas linear velocity, acceleration, so this is tangential acceleration, you can say, then does not remain constant. Linear velocity, linear acceleration, and linear displacement does not remain constant. Students, in my next video, I'll continue with the numericals based on net acceleration, even numerical based on centripetal acceleration. and numericals which are related to the comparative equations of rotational kinematics. Thank you very much for watching my video, but don't forget to share and subscribe with your friends and relatives.